G'day guys, Jeff here, BikeReview.com.au. As you can see, a bit different this time. I'm doing a talk in front of a bike inside a building. We have actually been out all day on the new BMW C400X and C400 GT. As you can see, this bike's straight out of the rain. It's actually still soaking wet, but the weather's so bad outside that we had to come in here and do it. That's not such a bad thing because we do need to test bikes in all different conditions, and it is the middle of winter and it is Melbourne after all. Thankfully we had some of the accessories, including these blankets that cover your legs a bit from the elements. The bikes have got heated seats and heated grips, so it wasn't too bad. It made it pretty nice actually. We still had fun. You always have fun on two wheels. So about the C400X and C400 GT, you'll see I do a small review on each bike on BikeReview.com.au. But they're built on the same platform, which is a tubular steel, independent frame, 15-inch front wheel, 14-inch rear wheel, twin disc brakes on the front with radial mount calipers, disc brake on the rear. So the engine and driveline is an independent unit, which is fully floating as well, and it also has an independent damper system on that unit to reduce vibrations and to give it some movement and flex separately to the chassis, which helps the bike handle a bit more like a real motorcycle, I guess. It's got twin rear shocks at the back, and overall the suspension over the range of surfaces we rode on today, which was everything from highway to windy smooth roads to bumpy windy roads and a bit of everything, it coped pretty well really. There was only a few times where I got kicked up out of the seat today, and that was over some really nasty sort of roadworks type bumps. So BMW have done a good job there overall with the suspension, especially because it is a scooter, a mid-sized scooter. You don't expect sports bike performance and you don't expect a lot of adjustability, so you want something that's going to work everywhere for you, which is what we need on a motorcycle like this or a scooter like this, because it's designed not just for urban use but to get out of town a little bit. So it'll sit on 120 k's an hour all day. It'll get up to 140 if you push it, and it'll do that really smoothly and comfortably. So it gives you the option of getting out of town and still having a bike you can commute on and use every day without the bulkiness and weight of a maxi scooter, which is the beauty of these bikes. I'm a big fan of the mid-range scooters, and I enjoy riding them, and they just do everything well and really easily. So as far as where this model sits, it is a high-end scooter, so it sits above your Yamaha and your Kymco, and it also does price-wise, of course, being a BMW product. What you get is you get a complete TFT dash with all the interaction you would expect, so you can access everything with your media, music, and answer your phone and so forth. You have a navigation system that will work with your phone. You have multiple displays you can choose from, which I really enjoyed playing with today. You've got urban, and then you can go into your motorcycle and check all your configurations and see what your temperatures are and your fuel range and all that kind of stuff. And it's all really easy to access with the BMW scroll wheel here, which even in waterproof winter gloves today I could feel that really easily. It's got the heated grips and the heated seat, an easy button there, and an easy start system with a keyless fob that you just, well, it's a key fob, but it's a fob that you keep in your pocket. I've never been a big fan of those, but they are what they are, and they're great for security and all that type of stuff. Seating position, I'm 187 centimetres, so the GT is slightly less space than the X. The X is a sportier, more open model. The differences between the two are seat height, this rear pad, and a smaller screen on the X. It's a little bit of a sportier model, the X. Like I said, I'm going to do two separate reviews on them anyway, so you've got to check them both out if you want to really know the differences there. But what I found today was, on this bike, I had slightly less legroom because of that seat, but still enough legroom. There's two positions for your feet, front forward here or flat on the platforms here. I found it more comfortable with my feet flat on the platforms, especially with this blanket over my lap. But there was plenty of room for both. I've got pretty big feet, size 12. You wouldn't want any real bigger feet, might be a little bit cramped in there, but yeah, pretty good. Whereas the X, without this seat stop here, just gave you a little bit of freedom to move around a bit more on the scooter. The dash is very, very easy to see. The protection from the screen's quite good. I did find with the higher seat and the riding position on this, even though it was the taller screen, I was getting more water in my face than I was on the X with the lower screen. It was directed up over the top of my helmet on the X today. So I'd actually want a little bit slightly higher, just another inch or so there for my height, or a slightly lower seat. But all that can probably be mucked around with. The power delivery is super smooth. It's got, you know, linear, nowhere, right through the RPM range. And yeah, acceleration's just there whenever you need it. It's quite sprightly. It's only 350cc. So for a 350cc single, it's quite surprisingly good. Traction control is a basic system, but it was working today. We were all having a bit of a drag race off the lights, which was top fun. You can picture a huge lineup of BMW scooters with people wearing these blankets, drag racing each other from light to light. Only us would all do, but we had a blast doing that. Traction control was kicking in over the white lines. ABS as well, I was making sure that worked all day just in the conditions, so every now and then grabbing a handful of brakes just to see if it was kicking in. Brakes are really impressive. The front brakes with the twin discs, they need a bit of a squeeze, but there's plenty of power and feel there. I'm sure they'd be fantastic in the dry. I mean, obviously I don't know yet, but just on my experience and impression, they would be. Plenty of power in the rear, and the two combined together really stops the bike very, very well. The C400s are both assembled in China, but they're designed and built by BMW at a BMW factory that the Germans set up. Quality is, from what I can tell going over the bike, is second to none. It's really good. I can't see any finishing or fit anywhere that I would say is below standard in any way. So that's pretty impressive. Build quality and finish is really good on the bike. So overall, pretty impressed with the C400X and the C400 GT. Don't have a favourite. I enjoyed both of them. Looking forward to getting them back so I can test them properly in the dry weather and get them out of town a bit more and stretch their legs on some nice warm twisty roads. Don't forget to check out the full review on BikeReview.com.au. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Have an awesome day. I'm going to go and have a hot chocolate. Take it easy. Bye.